Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to the 22nd episode, I don't know what RDT is doing right now, of the Chalking Acid podcast with my co-host Sugar-Free Nos in the right location this week, and RDT.
Yeah, hey.
Right there. Oh,
there we go, that's a familiar sound.
What, that me sighing or the beer opening? The beer,
whatever.
of course. Both, to be honest. You know when things just never go right, when you have that moment where everything's going smoothly, but you're at a level of stress that you can just about handle, and then something comes along and just puts you over the edge.
Erectile dysfunction.
I wasn't quite thinking of that. Do you speak from experience?
Early onset is totally normal.
This is not what I'm talking about. This is not what I'm talking about.
Is that what your cousins tell you, Nos?
I will have you know, okay, that when I am with my cousins, I have no problems. Can we please start the show?
Sorry that we're late, everybody. I noticed everybody in the chat, of course, with the emotes, the late emotes. It's my fault. Well, really, it's my fault right now, but it's also blame last week's me for when he created and thought up of this most expensive vehicles video and then got it wrong. So blame last week Bruffy, or last month Bruffy, that we're late, because this has just been a nightmare. Since the last podcast, I announced that I'm getting married and moving house. And I'm moving house this weekend. Thank you. Moving house this weekend, and the last thing that I needed was the most expensive vehicles video, which took a pretty reasonable amount of time to sort out and create. The last thing I needed was for that to go wrong, and of course, as soon as it gets uploaded, within 20 minutes of it being uploaded, someone leaves a comment saying the Runa 2000's 5.7 million, not 4.7. Boom. Oof. Entire video completely changed. Realised that I'd done all the calculations wrong for a lot of vehicles, must have been a spreadsheet error, and now I have to redo the entire video.
Good job. Fantastic. You've done everything we expected you to do.
What, choke?
Yes.
Well, yeah. But
yeah.
It wasn't anything to do with the trade pricing. Although, having said that, speaking of trade prices, Rockstar made a little change that I didn't realise.
Did they?
With the Cunning Stunts special vehicle circuit update. And I didn't include this in the calculation, so I've had to go back and update this. But there's they actually increased the prices of some things in a roundabout way.
Vehicles?
Really?
Give me an example.
Heist vehicles. Have a think. If you were Rockstar, how could you get some more money out of those heist vehicles? What could you do without just basically increasing the prices?
I mean, I guess if we're talking about the trade-in price, then you could, decrease the little savings thing that you get on the discount price.
Well, remember on the heist vehicles, there never was any trade. They were unlocked by playing the heist. So
make the heist more expensive.
They added in a trade price for the heist vehicles.
What?
So now you can buy the heist vehicles if you haven't done the heists at a obviously much increased price. So the Hydra isn't 3 million, it's actually 3.99 million for those who haven't finished the heist where you unlock the Hydra. So they've basically taken the style of the new DLCs with the trade prices, and then you do something to unlock the lower price, and applied them to the heists. And I didn't know that until just today.
Huh.
So
wow,
nice.
They've completely removed my sense of accomplishment.
That's phenomenal.
To be honest, I actually liked the heist idea where you had to unlock vehicles by
but that was not convenient to making more money. So
obviously,
but can we not talk about that today? Really? I
mean, are you
we
done
can have
with that?
another week of Rockstar. They're just all they're doing is jacking up the prices to sell shark cards. It's a conspiracy. Like, can we not do that?
Okay,
again?
but I just found it interesting that they've actually gone back and retroactively increased the price of some things. Oh, Rockstar. So,
It's phenomenal.
what do we want to talk about? This is going to be one of those winging it podcasts, by the way, just putting it out there, where...
Yeah, it's been bad.
It's
been bad.
We don't have a guest. Topics. We have some topics, but not like fully fleshed out or anything like that. So
they're Hammer's topics that he's trying to force on us, but we know nothing about them.
We've done no research at all into what we were supposed to talk about.
You know what would have helped with that, Nos, if you'd actually read them before the
I don't have time to read anything. I've had a nightmare last 2 hours. All right.
Yeah. And I just woke up like 30 minutes ago, okay? Do you know how much stress it is to get ready for the show?
Should we just end it now? I'll re-record the
explosive
video.
I have not complained about Twitch yet, okay? I've not complained. We can end once I complain.
All right, okay. So what's been going... I've explained what was going on in between the last 2 podcasts for me. I'm getting married and moving house. But this is going to be the last podcast from this room. So...
Ooh.
All of us have changed locations.
Probably of the year.
Probably of the year. So what? The last podcast of the year. All of us have changed locations from episode 1. We're now all going to be in completely different places, which is pretty crazy.
Podcasts. Yeah, it is actually kind of interesting. You know, it speaks to the evolution of our lives. You know, and the changes that human beings go through over a period of time. You know. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Right. What Nas said. Sure. Let's just go with that one.
We've got RDT's mic fixed, so we're starting to get more professional. It's all working beautifully. We can hear everything that he says. Unlike last week, where you were getting a little bit annoyed in certain parts because we were cutting you out
people
and
could just
talking over you.
You couldn't. Yeah, that's kind of what it was like.
That threw me off.
It was pretty bad.
That's not necessarily a good thing that you'll be able to hear everything that I say now. So, we'll see.
But, some people might like it, some people maybe not. There's always those in the comments. But, we're getting there. We're getting there with the professionalism from a back-end perspective. It's just us that we need to sort out now.
Yeah, but that's the charm. That's why people will come and watch this. Someone said that I looked like a Jewish Ryan Gosling in the last episode. So, everything. That's the charm.
All they do is call me obese. You attractive bastard. I don't give any praise. All right.
I saw someone. RDT's filling in that beard. Oh, he looks like Shia LaBeouf. He looks like a Jewish Ryan Gosling. And then people are like, you got to get that kid from the South out now, like yesterday.
He's so annoying. Which I don't disagree with, but he's part of the podcast now. We can't get rid of him.
I don't disagree with you. That's the problem.
So that's what's happening in my life. I'm moving house. I've been packing things for the last week. You've got all sorts of boxes all over the place and moving this weekend. And getting married. And RDT's got his mic fixed. And then what else has been going on in the life of RDT in the past 2 weeks?
I revised my resume, so it's all professional looking now, and I'm applying to a couple jobs, so maybe...
so it wasn't professional looking before?
Hell no. Apparently not.
Why did you have a explain this resume to me and what made it not professional?
Just didn't look good, you know.
Well,
I could send you a copy.
Send me a copy of your resume. I'll consider you for a position.
float it around your, your neighborhood. I sent it into my university's career center. And they were like, no, you can't use this.
You can't do this.
And so I made a new one, and they were like, okay, bud, that's better. Let's do that.
Might work.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
How many times is Bruff going to say he's getting married? Well, Wondersniff, if he says it over and over again, it will not change. So, you just got to keep saying it. It will happen.
That was it. I'm done. I'm done now. Everybody knows. I'm happy.
Did you guys know that Bruffy's getting married?
Yeah. I heard something about that.
Wait, really?
Well, I only watched about a minute into his video where he made some announcements, so I think they're breaking up, actually. I'm not sure. Anyway.
Let's stop talking about me. I'm not in the mood.
All right.
Whoa, okay. All right. Well, watch out. You're going to start swinging or something.
thank you for the congratulations, everybody. I appreciate it, but
you are you are appreciated.
The maximum level of stress right now, and
it's his birthday, so you know. Our little boy's growing up so fast.
Okay, this show's going downhill real quick. We need to pick a topic.
We need to come up with. Let's talk about David Cage, and Knott's can do his terrible impersonation.
I'm a David Cage. I have no idea.
Gets me every time.
No one knows who a David Cage is because no one played Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy.
Well, that's a pretty, because he's under fire with that whole Me Too movement thing going on now, right? He's had some sexual assault allegations.
Wait! I am completely in the dark of all of this. Who is David Cage? What's going on?
Yeah, David Cage is why this is not an interesting topic, but he's the director of Quantic Dream.
Interesting.
And they developed like you've probably seen Beyond Two Souls with Jodie Foster. And it's not Jodie Foster. It's not Jodie Foster.
What's her name? It's definitely not Jodie Foster.
Yeah, I don't know why it's Jodie Foster. I've been saying this all the whole time. I'm so dumb. It's what is her name?
Ellen Page.
Ellen Page.
Ellen Page. I don't know why.
Jodie Foster's on the mind.
I met with Jodie Foster is nothing like Ellen Page.
I know. I guess it just sounded funnier to say in my terrible accent, so I just kind of latched on to
Imagine the movie Juno, but with Jodie Foster instead. That would be so terrible. I'm on my hamburger
What else
phone.
did they make apart from Beyond Two Souls?
Heavy Rain as well.
Heavy Rain, right? Okay, yeah, okay.
Indigo Prophecy.
All right, got you. So what's...
He's an artist. He's a terrible artist, but it's artist nonetheless. Oh yeah, Willem Dafoe was in Beyond Two Souls too. Yeah, I forgot.
Was he?
About that.
I love Willem Dafoe.
I love Willem Dafoe too, but David Cage's games are a little bit beneath him. I recommend playing all of David Cage's games. They are fantastic pieces of art that really they speak to the experience of someone who is insane. Like the games make no sense. The character interactions make no sense. Nothing makes any sense, and they're fantastic. And David Cage is an artist.
It's like a David Lynch-esque. Like, would you say that?
What now?
Like David Lynch-esque, except in video game form?
No, because it's not just confusing. It's confusing and awful. David Lynch stuff is just confusing. It's just confusing and it's not
terrible.
Yeah, it's just bad.
So why are we talking about David Cage?
Apparently, like,
he's a misogynist.
Sexual stuff. You know, Me Too, something. I don't know. Hammer, can you please tell us? We didn't read this story. We don't know.
That would be great.
Yeah, can you explain this
as our producer?
Basically, there was some shenanigans going on in his office that could be seen as sexist or misogynistic in some environments. He and his business partner were told about this and did nothing about it, and now he's getting in a bit of trouble for it. And
who isn't these days?
Everything. Welcome to the patriarchy. Next topic.
Shall we talk about?
Hammer, please pick a topic for us. We're bombing here, please.
Shall we talk about
bombing.
Nintendo's announcement this week?
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah, I
like
saw
boxes.
that. I saw that. All right, I've got to be... That looks cool to me. If I was a kid... Have you not seen it?
Yeah, if you were a kid, yeah, I could see it.
It's basically cardboard
the
creations.
Labo, or whatever the hell it's called.
Nintendo Labo. And they sell you the game, and you get this cardboard thing with it, and you put it together, and it's like, arts and crafts type stuff. That's always a bit of fun. You get a bit of value, even though they cost more than a regular Switch game. But then you can dock your Switch in this perfectly set up thing, and you can do all these weird and wonderful things with it. I think it's pretty cool. I like it.
It kind of reminds me of like when you'd get a new refrigerator or something, and as a kid you just play in the box. It's kind of just
play in the refrigerator. I mean, that's
you gotta play in the box. You can't play in the fridge. You'll freeze to death, kid. Come on. Here's a cardboard box you can hang out in. That's like, come on, Nintendo, you're better than that.
You struggle with Lego cardboard is a step too far. That's a fair point.
I don't know. I feel that Nintendo's new thing has a place, and that place is not in the hands of us. It is in the hands
that's true.
of imaginative, gifted children with aspirations and hopes and dreams, and this piano cardboard thing on Nintendo is going to inspire them to be more than they ever thought they could be.
The new Mozart.
Yeah, personally, I've never had any hopes, dreams, or aspirations, so that product does not appeal to me in the slightest.
My God.
So,
no, I think
it's not for me.
Yeah, it has its place. It's clearly not, it's clearly not meant for us.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's not for gamers.
I applaud Nintendo for trying something different.
I do as well.
I absolutely hate Nintendo for the way they are towards content creators and the way they're so you as soon as you put up anything relating to Nintendo, even if it's a logo, you'll get copyrighted and they'll take all your money from the video.
Actually Mario, I think they will copyright you. Yeah. Like, my name is Mario. Copyright strike.
Yeah. That's Nintendo on YouTube and all sorts. But I don't like that side of it, but I like what they're doing with the Switch. They're doing something different, and this is just an extension of that. I'm okay with it. I don't see any problem. But although from what I've heard, it is rather expensive, and it is cardboard, and it is aimed at kids. So like
£70 for the whole kit and caboodle in the UK.
Yeah, and that's just for one of them. Like that's
the game and the robotic kit.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Well, if you love your child enough, you'll buy it for them. So
like, although the things that you get with them are pretty cool, but
what?
For that kind of price, they could have just made something plastic related and given you.
Just use the box that the Nintendo Switch comes in to make the stuff.
And with it being cardboard, it's probably not going to last that long anyway in the hands of kids.
It's probably not even like it's electronic with cardboard over it. It's not
said that they will provide replacement parts free of charge, I believe.
Free of charge.
Is that not the most absurd thing you've ever heard? We're going to replace your cardboard for you.
They've decided to call them. Well, you know how the Nintendo Switch has Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
The cardboard items are called Toy-Cons.
It's clearly not aimed for us. Let's put it that way.
Well, you know what I said to Nos before the stream started. Nintendo, very nice company, very Japanese company, very traditional company, and in the hands of a well-mannered, well-behaved Japanese child, these would last a lifetime. However, our Western children, fed on sugar their entire lives and just chucked away in a corner with an iPad, these aren't going to last 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
they're just not.
No,
it'd be funny if they lost so much money on replacements.
Yes.
It's cardboard. They're not going to lose any money.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's why they can offer free replacements, because it'll cost them nothing to replace.
It's like a 700%.
The cardboard in the bathtub again. We got to get a replacement.
There's no way you can lose money on cardboard. That is ridiculous.
Funny that actually, I've just looked at the document that we have with potential topics, and I've seen the second one about YouTubers and Twitch streamers opening up about serious burnout and stuff like that. I've seen that in the news recently. It's funny that topic's there when I am at stress level maximum. But
well, are you experiencing any burnout at the moment?
That's the thing, not about YouTube. But I don't do daily videos or daily streams and things like that. I feel like I have a decent balance. Like, I get stressed from time to time because I'm trying to do where's he gone?
What in the hell?
What is he doing?
What?
There's something in my driveway. I don't know what it is. I might have to go look. I might have to step away. There's like a truck with some stuff. Wonder if they're here to do the underpinning on the new house. I don't know. I might have to take
his nostrils.
Or somebody's about to steal everything. So I better go check it out. I'll be right back. Just a moment. Oh yeah, that's
just some truck is about to just steal his house.
Some truck pulls up and it's like, what? Nos is getting a shotgun in the deep south.
Everything just starts shaking and Nos is like, oh god, we're moving again.
Oh my god. Oh, don't even joke
hell?
about swatting after someone got killed from this whole swatting thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
We never talked about that on the podcast, actually, did we? Like,
No, we definitely didn't. We didn't talk about a lot of things. You know, the more we're more of a we're not mainstream. We're an underground podcast, so we're not talking about the low gain, thing going on. I was gonna make a joke about that.
Well, this podcast is a disaster. This is a mess.
Yeah, but it's a fun mess.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a mess.
I like these podcasts.
It's our mess.
Yeah. When everything goes wrong, we start late, we have nightmare, people go and leave halfway through and all that kind of stuff. That's the Choking Hazard podcast. It's full of chokes. It's in the name. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's not like we have a guest, so this is just us hanging out with the stream.
Anyway, sorry if you hear some beating and banging. They're like changing the angle on some straps under the house or something. I don't know.
Okay, this podcast is a mess. I agree.
Oh my god. Is this for real? Is this what this podcast has turned into?
What were you saying about professionalism?
Construction in the background. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh god. Oh my god.
What are we supposed to do?
I can't.
I think we should just end it.
This was.
And that was episode 22 of the Choking Hazard podcast.
He said he'll just be a minute, so it's
Wow.
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Still waiting for Shaggy to be a guest. Oh, I do want to get Shaggy on as a guest, actually.
Yeah,
We can talk about the future.
Let's talk to
of
the
show.
chat.
Let's talk to the chat. We say always that this is a community podcast and we get the chat involved.
And we
And we
never
do
talk
from
in the
time to
chat.
time, but not like fully focused. So why not? I mean, we can't leave too much silence in between things, and we've got to make sure that when we're answering something to the chat, we explain what we're answering to, because there's a lot of people here who maybe listen or just put it on YouTube and don't watch the video, so they're not looking at the chat.
Yeah.
So just putting it out there, making sure.
Get Raggedy Dan on at some point. Yeah, you go tell Raggedy Dan.
Do we need to though? I mean,
I don't know.
I like him okay, but like he just roasts everybody. I mean, I get roasted enough in the YouTube comments. I don't need another roaster around me.
He's like diet iDubbbz kind of.
Yeah.
No, he's
Shaggy
like store brand iDubbbz.
Shaggy did post a video this week. He did indeed. He's alive.
Is he walking or something? Like
He's alive.
doing
Well, he's
some kind
alive.
of-
But that,
He's
we know
not
that much.
jacking off. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, I wonder if he ever stopped that challenge.
Well, that'll be
You gotta-
perfect topic for
you
the
have to.
podcast. We might have to like
Masturbation.
age gate that one though.
No.
What's the
Okay.
poster over Nos's right shoulder? Here. I don't think I've ever shown the whole room on.
This isn't the
on-
time for that. This is a.
No.
This is a
This
podcast.
is the time for it.
This is going to go wrong. You're going to change the
Look,
cameras, and then it's all going to go to hell.
It's gonna be fine. Look, it's fine.
Oh wow, that was pretty impressive.
All right,
Yeah,
that worked.
see, look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, see, it worked. Wow, but this is the whole room. So you got posters and things. So.
Is that a couch? Is that what that's supposed to be?
That is a couch.
Yes.
That is Nossa's
Yes,
casting
it is.
couch.
Like a COWCH, like a cow.
Oh, that is a
That's
cow.
because- That's because CS Ninja donated $150 for me to buy a couch, and he likes cows, so
Okay.
he gets himself a couch. That's how it works.
Something worked. Get him out of this stream. That's fair, Gil Viper. That is fair. So is this the view that we're gonna have? Oh no, you've changed it.
No, change it. Do you want that view?
I bet those commenters on the podcast who are like, getting us out of this. I bet they would want that view. They would prefer.
Yeah, just see my office. Oh my goodness, the beating and the banging.
Oh god.
Home improvement.
So we were, before Nos left the entire podcast, we were talking about Burnout and stuff. Have you?
Yes, let's go back to that.
Have you experienced
I
that,
believe
Nos?
they are done. They came and they beat on a strap for like 5 minutes and then left. So they are doing very good
Coulson,
work.
we did replace Nos with a hammer, apparently. Did you not get it?
Yeah.
Get it with the.
Oh, now I
Because
get it.
the
That took me a while. That took me a while.
Anyway, Burnout. Let's
Burnout,
talk about
yeah.
that.
Have you
I
had
can
any
actually
burnout in
contribute.
terms of twitching?
Uh,
all the time.
Yeah, they are leaving. The good men are leaving. So,
what
anyway,
you've had burnout, RDT, with regards to Twitch and YouTube?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Oh yeah, I just stream so much and put out so much content on YouTube that it gets to be too much at times.
You got a busy schedule.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think I did burn myself out when it came to music. Like the last thing I put out was the rap battle with you, and that was it. Like I can't write anymore for some reason. I just can't write. And then I'll stream from time to time, but my streams are kind of long. Like I did yesterday for like 3 hours. So I'm getting kind of professional.
A PC. You need to get yourself a good PC.
It'll be a goal. If I get the job, then I'll stream more. How does that sound?
That'd be good. Because I mean, you're not a bad streamer. You're a good streamer. It's just your streams look terrible.
Am I?
Sorry. No, that's the only advice I'll give you. You need to step up your bitrate game, man. Your bitrate game is
and consistency.
No.
But yeah, you know how it is.
I don't think I've really had that much burnout regarding YouTube and Twitch that much. I think I've had it a little bit from time to time, but in general, not really. It's more stress because I've got too many things that I want to do and not enough time to do it. But I'm fairly decent at being able to schedule my time. It's I don't know. It's strange because the idea of burnout to me sounds like you don't know what to do next, or you're sick of the content and you've got no ideas, or you don't know what to make next. Like I've not luckily had that problem yet, but I don't know whether people are, when they talk about burnout and personal struggles with regarding Twitch and things like that and YouTube, whether they're talking about just generally being stressed and not being able to cope. I saw one person with one quote saying how when you do this as a job, you constantly have to be streaming, or you constantly have to be uploading if you do daily videos, or you stream on set times. It's always in your back of your mind, even if you take some time off, that I'm not streaming today, or if you take a day off, or you've got to make sure you get back on time to be able to stream and things like that. So you're always thinking about it, and I can relate to that to a certain extent because I've been away and not streamed from time to time, and it's always in the back of my mind that I should be streaming or should be uploading videos, and you can't ever fully relax. But
and the effect, by the way. Like if you stay gone too long, it can have a lasting effect on the channel.
You've got to be constantly doing it.
Maybe not on yours where you've got a significant fan base, but if you're a smaller channel and you take a week off, that's a big deal.
I mean, even at my size and larger sizes, you still have to be on it. You can maybe take a little bit longer off than you can if you're a smaller channel, but there's still a point where if you just take too long without doing something, it can have a significant effect. But the community that I have, and probably we all have here, makes it a lot easier, especially on Twitch, because everybody's so great. But I can understand when it comes to especially videos, YouTube channels where it's all about that content. If you don't upload for a while, people can easily forget about you. But
especially in this day and age, it's like, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah, exactly.
I look at people, I hate to bring up these types of people, but your Logan Pauls, Jake Pauls, and like Rice Gum, even they spend so extravagantly, and I'm wondering if they realize like what the level of their fame is going to be in the coming years when people start to grow up and they're like, I'm not really into that whole thing that you're doing anymore. I don't think they deserve to be as successful as they do. I'm sure they work hard, but a lot of it is kind of underhanded in the way that they go about their business and their content. So I don't know. I just don't respect the way that they produce their content.
I guess there's always been that sort of thing though, right? In media in general, and when it comes to movies and singers and all that kind of stuff, you always have famous people who other people don't necessarily like or think just get lucky or aren't very talented, but they're in the right place at the right time or something like that. I guess that this is, we have YouTube versions of that as well, and maybe not Twitch so much, or even, so yeah, I suppose there's Twitch versions of that. And, you know, what can you do? It's just, you just gotta hope or imagine that maybe what goes around comes around, and in a few years' time, if they've not been thinking ahead, they'll run out of ideas and run out of people watching them or something like that. But
it doesn't matter, they're loaded anyway. I mean, you know.
But I never tend to focus on other people anyway. You know, that's the important thing. I think you just focus on your own thing when you're doing this. But the point that I was trying to make earlier was
where
that,
were we going?
was that, like, you have that sort of idea of always your mind always on something. If you're self-employed in anything, you know, it's not just a YouTube thing, it's not just a Twitch stream. Yes, you're putting yourself out there, so if you're not feeling too good about something, then it's hard to fake it or something like that. But, you know, that's kind of the nature of being self-employed and running a business, where you're always having to think about what you're doing. You don't just leave your job. You don't just turn off a stream or upload a video and then forget about it. You're constantly thinking 24/7. But that's the same with everybody who's self-employed. So, you know, it is a problem, I guess, burnout and personal struggles affecting YouTube channels and things like that. But it's not just a YouTube or Twitch problem. It's a general self-employed problem until you start getting employees, I should say. But, you know, any small business would have the same problems, I would imagine. Well,
the article in part, the article's by Polygon, by the way, if you guys want to go and read it at some point. The article specifically mentions a quote from Lyric, obviously a big Twitch streamer. He says, "I just don't feel entertaining anymore, and don't really know why people continue to watch. It's like going on stage every fucking day and not knowing what to say anymore because you're out of material." And I kind of get where he's coming from with that.
Kind of like this podcast.
Yeah, I get where he's coming from, but at some level, I feel that you have to not only take in your opinion of the content, but your viewers' opinion of the content. Even if I think something's garbage, right, and this game is terrible, I hate it. Much like GTA racing. Like, I don't feel that the racing that I do in GTA is very fun or very entertaining. I come in last most of the time, you know, or not last, but, you know, I'll get taken out and I'll be like, oh, I've been taken out in the first corner again! Just like every single other time that I've ever done a race. I don't feel it's very entertaining, but that's what I get the most views on. That's what I get the most activity on. That's what most people watch my personal Twitch channel for. So, whether I feel entertaining or not is irrelevant. The fact that I'm entertaining to the people watching is what is important, and that's why. But at some point, you get to a level where you can't act anymore, right? You can't pretend that the game is fun. You can't pretend that you were having a good time. At some point, wherever that point may be, however far along in a game cycle or whatever streams you do, you start to be unable to pretend that you were having fun. And I feel like that time is coming quickly, for me at least. You know, I have 5M to fall back on, and 5M is still fun. But in terms of like regular GTA racing, I haven't had much fun on that in a while, like the normal playlist racing. So, you know, at some point you've got to keep doing what you're doing because the viewers enjoy it, and not because not because you think it's good, right? You know, because I'm not making content for me. I mean, I aspire and I strive to make content that I would want to watch. But at the end of the day, I'm not. I'm making content that they would watch, that my viewers would watch. And if I'm still succeeding in that, then, you know, I'm doing something good. That's my opinion on, you know, Lyric's point there.
It's kind of like what we were talking about with Mikey last week, or 2 weeks ago, or like 7 years ago, or whenever that last episode was.
Yeah.
When he was giving you advice, Bruff, about kind of just sticking to the one thing, even though your channel is kind of a bunch of other types of videos and a bunch of genres. And I think, like you said, you're not burned out from your content because your content is so varied, and you you think of an idea and you're like, oh, that'd be a cool idea. Let's do that.
Yeah.
And with him, I can see Mikey getting burned out because he's stuck in just making the update videos on the latest DLC dropped in GTA. And eventually he'll be like, I am so sick. I've been saying the same thing for weeks now. And meanwhile, you're like, check out this new thing that I'm doing and this podcast. And then you can kind of try new things and keep yourself interested. Whereas Nas feels like he's about to run out of ideas.
Yeah. Well, I'm not about to run out of ideas. That's not at all what I'm alluding to. There are many
implement them.
Well, no, not even that. There are many things that I want to do. There are many games that I want to do. Sorry, RDT, you were just incorrect. But the fact of the matter is, they do not get the viewers that GTA still does. That's the problem. And so you're stuck in this position, and I'll go on to maybe we could. This is a good segue into my topic. So I've got the floor.
I have something to say before you do.
Filibuster.
Okay, fine. Bruff.
Before this topic leaves by the wayside completely, RDT made a good point, I think, because when you were talking about getting banned out from GTA and not enjoying it, and then not even faking that you're enjoying it. I can't remember a time where I've had to fake enjoying playing the game in all the videos that I've done, all the streams that I've done, and I think that is because, as IDT alluded to, I don't make videos or do streams for the viewers. At the core of it, I still enjoy what I do, and if I stop enjoying something, I just don't do it anymore. No matter how much people might enjoy it. But the thing is, I'm also enjoying creating content, and I create content for myself, especially videos. I'm making videos that I want to make, that I find interesting, and it just so happens that there's other people out there who find them interesting as well. I do things on streams that I think are interesting at the time, and other people just happen to find them interesting too. But
yeah, well, it brings it. Go ahead, and I have a question for you.
If I ever get to that point of being completely sick of GTA, I do have other avenues to go through. That I think it's better for yourself and your content as a whole to be doing what you like, rather than doing something just to appease or appeal to the people who are going to watch. If I went and started playing Gran Turismo, and that basically took up what could have otherwise been a GTA stream, and I get maybe 200, 250 viewers, which is more than I was expecting. And that's less than what I get for a GTA stream, but I would rather play Gran Turismo once a week instead of GTA 3 times a week instead of rather than 2 times a week that I do now. So following and I've done non-GTA Friday streams for a long time where I get under 100 viewers, but I still do it because it's about that variety. It's about doing lots of different things, and I would rather take a hit in viewers because it's more about what I want to do, what I'm enjoying doing, and those who come along will come along, and then if I go back to something, they may come back. If there was those who leave, it's just, I don't think, and I'm not one of these huge streamers, so maybe it's a completely different ball game there as well. And obviously, Nos, you're in a very different position as well because you're trying to go for partnerships, so the views count, obviously. And but then again, the views count for me when it comes to basic being able to live. If you're a bigger streamer, maybe you have a little bit more leeway to change up what you do. But I think it's just people put too much focus on viewers and what the viewer wants and what the viewer thinks, and I don't think it's healthy. And that's the reason that people get burned out, because then you've got to be able to express yourself through your content, because that's why you're a content creator. And as soon as you stop doing that and you just, as RDT said, put yourself into this box of same thing, one line, all the same sort of stuff, and you don't give yourself that ability to do multiple things or change up what you do at some point, then it would be relatively easy to get burned out. That's just my thoughts on it anyway.
Yeah. Well, my question to you is, if I may ask a question, do you enjoy GTA or do you enjoy streaming? Because I feel, and I'll let you answer after I talk, because I'm very self-centered and I don't care. But there's a balancing act there, I feel, between I will always enjoy streaming. I think everyone, RDT, whether you've just got Wondersniff in your chat or you've got 200,000 people in your chat, I mean, doesn't really matter. You enjoy the act of streaming. Streaming is what you enjoy, and the game is merely something to do on stream. And I feel that if your enjoyment of streaming keeps your overall enjoyment, like you hate the game, you can't stand the game, this game is awful, but you still love to stream and you love everyone that loves to watch you play this game, that can bring you up to a level to where you are enjoying the overall experience. So it's not really, it's not really about whether I enjoy this game or whether I don't. It's more about, do I enjoy the experience that I get from streaming, no matter what the game is? And that's the position I'm in now. Is that at the moment I'm in a position where I do not want to play GTA at all, really, the regular playlists. And I do want to play 5M, but it's not as much anymore. Just because it's, just racing and racing and racing. But the experience I get from streaming is so enjoyable that it brings the whole experience up to, I'm enjoying this and I'm having fun. So at some point, the level of dislike I'm going to get for the game will get to a low enough point to where I'm afraid that I will not enjoy the experience.
Well, like they say, misery loves company. So the fact that you're struggling to enjoy playing GTA, but enjoy the act of streaming, like you have the people in your chat that are there, keeping you entertained while you're going through this struggle.
Yeah.
It's almost, it's like when you watch a bad movie, like a B movie. You're like, oh man, this is so bad, it's good, because you have these other people that you're watching it with. You're like, how terrible is this movie? And they're like, it's so bad. And you're like, oh god, this game's awful. They're like, yeah, it's awful, but we love watching you play. You're like, thanks. There's so many different quotes that you can bring up that help with this situation. Like Alan Watts was a philosopher, and he said, anything that you enjoy doing, other people will surely enjoy it as well. So do that, and eventually people will come and enjoy it with you. And then there's, I'd rather be loved for who I am than hated, blah, 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 than for who I'm not, I'd rather be hated,
That's the way that I've always taken it with videos. I make videos that I want to make, and whoever watches ends up watching, and, that's how it is. Shout out, by the way, to J-Tech in the chat, who said, I discovered Bruffy through Gran Turismo Sport. I was wondering if we'd ever get someone who, never knew anything about the GTA stuff. He must be the first person who's ever discovered me just from Gran Turismo.
Yeah, and it's so nice whenever you meet someone like that in your chat that's not come from your normal stuff.
Yeah, where someone hasn't found me from everywhere else.
Yeah, like it really does redeem what you're doing on those extra days, and it makes it so much more special.
Yeah, I remember one commenter, is out there, people that comment on your videos?
Yeah.
Commenter? I was thinking like commentator. No, commenter.
No, that's what we are.
When I started watching your videos, Bruff, back in, when GTA came out, there was one guy, AC Chris, I think his name was, who
I still
was
remember
around
him.
From your Gears of War videos.
He still
he
still comments now. I doubt he watches everything I do still, but he still comments now. He commented on the announcement video of the thing that I won't mention again, saying congratulations. And it's like, I recognize that name. That name's always going to be stuck in my head because he was watching my videos before anybody who's watching this. He was watching when I uploaded Gears of War, and I had maybe 10 views on a video. So
those are the people that really mean the ride or dies. The people that are watching this on Twitch and will watch it on YouTube. Those are the people that you'll always have. And that's why I don't think you get burned out from Twitch, because you have such a supportive fan base.
I agree.
It's small. It's smaller than your overall subscriber count, but I mean, how many people do you really need to love you? Not that many.
All of them.
Yeah, I think
I want everyone.
To actually answer Noss's question about do I dislike GTA and it's the act of streaming that I like or whatever. I do like streaming, the act of streaming. That makes me happy. But I also genuinely enjoy the things that we do in GTA on streams. And I think part of that is a while ago when I created the stream crew and opened it all up and things like that. And I remember you said specifically, I'm never going to play with viewers. It looks like a mess. And it does. It is a mess sometimes. It's chaotic. It's nonsense. The races are crazy sometimes. But you always get something different. You always get something new. Someone will do something that's funny. You'll do something different in game, and there'll be different people in the lobby doing all these different things. It's not just like, to me, GTA isn't just a way where it's something that I use to race a playlist every stream or something. I'm doing whatever I feel like within the game, and it's more a platform to get together with a big group of people and just do something than it is the actual gameplay aspects of it. And yeah, I think the reason that I haven't been burnt out as much by GTA itself or YouTube and Twitch is because of the variety that I've been doing, whether it's playing different games, uploading different videos, having different takes on different videos, trying new things, and I'm just doing things that I enjoy doing. And that's the only way that you can do this, I think, successfully. If you see so many people who start up doing YouTube channels or Twitch channels, and they're focused on being able to do this as a job. And as soon as you start with that, you've failed, because it's not possible. You have to be doing this because it's, like I said earlier, it's a 24/7 thing. Your mind's always on it. Next video, next idea, what you're gonna do. But the only way that you can possibly do that and be switched onto something 24/7 is if you genuinely enjoy it, and you have to be enjoying what you're doing. With regards to, I enjoy the act of making videos, I enjoy the act of streaming, and what I choose to make videos on or stream is just secondary to actually doing it, really. And I just love just doing it and making these videos, and I love racing as well. So obviously, I put all of my interests into what I do, rather than choosing one interest and sticking to it and just keeping on it all the time, and then getting sick of it. That's the worst thing. If you get sick of it, then you're done. So I think it's just, it is about having that variety. But I can understand, Nos, because you're the one who's pushing for partnership.
I wish I was in a position to enjoy everything GTA has to offer, and I'm not. Like, racing is the only redeemable thing that I've ever really done. I've been kind of enjoying like the crate missions here lately. I've been doing some off schedule stuff, but I mean, even that isn't really me doing anything. I just have like a couple of people in my CEO. I start the mission, I walk out, oh, it's already done, I go back in. It's just, nothing's really enjoyable in the game other than racing, and that's the tough position I'm in.
But do you do different types of races? You don't even
I don't even like stunt races. Like, I don't like jumping around. I don't like, rockets or any of this nonsense. That's just not what I'm about. Yeah. So,
do you like tiny races?
Don't remind me of that horrible game.
Not that we could even launch a stunt race these days anyway. It would just crash. The game would just crash.
But come on then, Nos. Tell us about your issues regarding the partnership.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, the reason that I speak to I feel a burnout coming is because I sent in another application for partnership the last Monday before the podcast, because you made me. You were like, I want to talk about it, whatever happens. Because GTA GTA-man, who, if you take a look at our Twitch stats, we have incredibly similar channels, incredibly similar sub numbers, just everything about our channels are very similar. The differences are, I get a slightly lower average view count than he does on main scheduled streams, and I do off-schedule streams a lot. That's part of the reason that I love streaming so much, is I have the Monday, the Tuesday, and the Thursday, and I do, Monday and Tuesday I do the playlists and maybe some 5M or whatever, those are dedicated to GTA. And then on Thursday, I do other things. And, that's great, but it doesn't get anywhere near the viewership that I wish it did. But what I'll do is I'll just have off-schedule streams whenever I want. If I've got some free time, we're going to play some American Truck Sim, or we're going to play some Assetto Corsa, or I'm going to do some CEO missions in GTA, or I'm going to do this or that or whatever. And the off-schedule streams are a big reason that I still want to stream. Like, if I was restricted to my schedule, only streaming 3 times a week, I wouldn't like that, because there's dozens of nights every month that I just have nothing to do, and I just want to stream, and I want to be with people, and I want to have a good time. So anyway, I sent in the application for partnership with extremely similar stats to GTA-man, although GTA-man does have his Twitter, 11,000 followers on Twitter, and he also has a YouTube channel, obviously, a very, very successful YouTube channel, in my opinion. So, don't laugh.
I'm no one to talk.
He has around 40,000, right?
I consider that successful. It's better than I ever could do.
I was just curious. I didn't know exactly what it was.
He makes very good content, the best content. You've never seen content like this before. Anyway,
it's huge.
Back to my original thought. He got partnered. I did not. So what that has told me when it comes to the partnership application is that your sub count does not matter. It does not matter how many people you have subbed to you.
Yeah.
That is not, subs are not going to be enough of a contributing factor to make up for a shortcoming in average viewership.
How many subs do you have?
At the time, 70. I've fluctuated anywhere between 60 and 75 in the past 2 months. So it's been relatively stable.
That definitely explains that. I mean, this is more of a follow-up on what we've been talking about throughout the whole of this podcast since episode 2 with Twitch and partnerships and affiliates and all that kind of stuff. But that solidifies it that it's not based on sub numbers. Having good sub numbers isn't going to get you a partnership.
Yeah, and it's very frustrating because now I'm in the position that GTA-man was in that I feel that these subs deserve something more than one emote for their money, right? Because we have so many people sub. Because I consider 70 people to be a lot of people. To pay $4.99 a month, that is a lot of people to do that. And I feel that, it would not be too much to ask for the subs to have, more emotes to use. So, anyway, back to my original thought of I feel a burnout coming. My plan is to get this viewership however I can. And that way is going to be in the month of March. I'll be doing only on-schedule streams, which is already I've spoken to how I don't like that. And we will only be playing GTA for the entire month. And we're going to get that average viewership however we can. And I have no doubt that I will meet that goal, especially mentioning it here now and getting help from, other content creators like Broth yourself or GTA-man or Boasty or...
I'm not giving you any help.
Yeah, I know you're screwed up.
He's pulling his heart out for you.
I'm going to cut this out, so I'm going to cut this out of the podcast. Screw that.
Oh my god.
But anyway, that's going to be a big deal, is me playing only a month of nothing but GTA on schedule, no other streams. And I have no doubt that I'll be able to meet the 75 concurrent average viewership. I have no doubt that I can do that. But for some reason, I feel this sense of dread that I'm going to meet the goal, yet still not get partnered. And I don't know why I feel this sense of dread. I mean, I guess it's because everything that's possibly could go wrong will go wrong, in my opinion. But I don't know why I feel this way, but like I'll get like right over 75 viewers, or my average viewership will be 71 for some reason, you know, or something like that. I'll be such this little bit off, and it won't matter.
I don't think they'll make such a distinction on that, but you know, sometimes you do have to do these things. Like we did the big push to 500 subs, which we talked about. I did a push to get partnered in the first place, and that required me to, you know, put a video up on YouTube and get people to come in from YouTube. Yeah. So sometimes you do have to do these little pushes.
Yeah, sometimes you have to suffer, especially to give your viewers what you think they deserve. You know, that's.
But I would also say, you know, try to vary it up a bit, spice it up a bit, do different things with the game. Playing playlists, say every single stream of GTA for a month, will kill you. You know, you don't want to do that, and it will give you.
I'll come out the other side of dead Twitch.
Yeah, but it'll give you less viewers overall because you're not going to be enjoying it. People are going to see that you're not going to be enjoying it, and then that's going to be there. Then they won't watch. You know, you have to still.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't been enjoying GTA racing for a while, and Monday and Tuesdays are still the highest viewer count streams.
Think how many viewers you'd have if you actually enjoyed it. That's another way to look at it. I don't think it works that way. Yeah, I think it does.
I don't think it does.
But yeah, I you know, you're gonna do this push for a month, and then we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, you get what you need.
Yeah, well, I have no doubt that I can meet the with a small push from other places and me playing just GTA. I have no doubt that I'll be able to. You know, because my average viewership on Monday and Tuesdays is anywhere from the high 50s to the high 60s. And I averaged all of my GTA streams together for the past month as well, and my average viewer count was like 62, I think. Yeah. I did some math. It was very difficult, by the way. I had to use a calculator. But, you know, it was like 62. So I'm not that far up, but it's these off-schedule streams that I love that are bringing my average viewership down to a level.
But as soon as you get partnered, you can put those back in and you'll be fine.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
Yes, which is...
Mine's like 8, my average views. And all of my streams are off schedule. Everything. Push to 200 followers. There we go.
Yeah, I mean... Well, we'll see how it goes. I wish you luck.
Yeah.
ADT, we should get you partnered as well. That's what we want. Let's get everybody partnered.
I mean, I would love that. And I understand what your frustration is, Nas. And it's confusing to me. It makes me think, like, what is Twitch's endgame? Because as a partner, you would be able, like you said, you'd have something more for your subs, more emotes. Yeah. And that would be attractive to new viewers to subscribe to you as well, which would bring more money to Twitch. So why are they putting so many barriers in front of you?
I don't know. Well, that's the problem that I have with the affiliate program versus the partner program. And I think we talked about this before. Maybe we talked about this when GTA was on the show. I don't know. But the downfalls of being an affiliate versus a partner are not suffered by the content creator. They are suffered by the viewer.
Yeah.
You know, the 70 subscribers that I have do not get, you know, they only get one emote. You know, when I would have 8 if I were partnered. You know.
But that's also one of the things that I said way back when the affiliate thing was actually released was that it's not within their interests to make you a partner when you're an affiliate and you have plenty of subscribers, because they don't need to, you know. So in the past, you would have signed up to GameWisp, for example, which you would have gotten subs from there. You maybe wouldn't have gotten 60, but maybe, you know, 40 people would have gone to a third-party platform to subscribe, and you would have been able to go to Twitch with that and say, look, I've got 40 people here who've actually gone to this third-party payment place to subscribe to me there, with the sole purpose of showing you that they would subscribe to me on Twitch. And then you go with them and that, and that's like, there's 40 people paying $5 a month. That's money that we could be making. All right, let's partner you. But because you're an affiliate, that money is already going to Twitch. So, you know, it's clear now that the subs doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you have paying money for your stream. It's all about that viewership for whatever reason. You know, I don't see.
I think it probably does matter. I think where I'm purely speculating here, but I think
that's all we do here, speculation. So, yeah.
It's probably down to not just how much money you're making now for the platform, but potentially how much money you could make in the future. So, you could very well be getting 70 subs at the moment, and that's fantastic. But do you have the longevity, the mainstay, to continue to make more and more money for the platform? And there's also, I mean, we said it when the achievements rolled out. You don't just automatically become a partner when you hit the achievements. You get manually reviewed by someone, and at the end of the day, if that's that person that's manually reviewing doesn't like you as a person, you're fucked.
Yeah. Which is a highly likely scenario, as I have discussed. Like, that is what's going to happen. I can already tell you I can see the future, and the future.
That one person that always comments on the podcast those mean things about you works for Twitch and reviews everything.
Yeah, in the partnership section of the US
Denied.
NOS is applying. I know it's yeah. I mean, I can't really talk too much because I was partnered 3 years ago when it was probably more difficult to be partnered back then. But
absolutely,
I had a YouTube channel behind me, and I got partnered with. I think I only had 3,000 followers on Twitch. So my growth and difficulties in growth and things like that haven't been on Twitch. They've been more on YouTube, and trying doing videos for a year before even getting anybody watching. So I can't speak towards the difficulties of getting partnered on Twitch and growing on Twitch because I didn't grow on Twitch. But even back then, it was difficult to get partnered. I had a YouTube channel of 30,000-40,000 people, and I went to them and I was getting viewers of 150, 200 people, and they were like, no. So then I had to do a push, get my viewers even higher. And that might be all it takes. You just do a push, you do something that you don't necessarily like 100%, but you're okay with. Try to mix it up as much as possible so you're still enjoying it. Maybe run with a face cam. Maybe that's holding you back.
I mean, I can almost guarantee you as well that they looked at GTA Men's YouTube account and went, I wonder if we can convert these over to the Twitch platform.
Yeah, GTA Men's YouTube is a big.
I mean, is that appealing? Like, is that what's holding me back?
Yes, yes, it is.
That does have an effect. If GTA Men didn't have his YouTube channel or a Twitter that was, you're the same size as him pretty much on Twitch, but if he didn't have the Twitter or the YouTube, I bet he wouldn't be partnered either. It's that fact that he has all of these people on YouTube and Twitter following him who could come into Twitch and increase that.
That makes sense.
I mean, if you want to go full sellout for the month, Nos, right? Webcam, pink shirt, cowboy hat,
the whole month.
Go full on Dr. Disrespect, but from the south. And create your
faithful
Alabama
as well
character with your pew pew guns and everything. Yeah, completely out of character.
Do Twitch hand out partnerships all the time, or is it that they say this quarter we'll hand out X partnerships and no more? There's nothing like that. I'm pretty sure there's no quotas that they have to fill. It's just case by case. And such as if you lose your partnership status, if you fall below the numbers, you don't. Once you're in, you're in.
It's like
which is pretty stupid because NOS gets higher viewers than partners.
Yeah, it's like getting baptized. Once you do it, you're fine. You're good.
Yeah. They have
if that's the case, I'm pretty sure you can lose partnership.
No, you can lose partnership, but not through inactivity or low viewer numbers. Because
you can lose affiliate for
Japanese forest.
Yeah, but that's affiliate partnership. You don't. Yeah. I mean, there's been people who've come back from not streaming for years and still got their partnership, and people who've come back and got average of 5 viewers for a month after not streaming for a while, and they keep their partnership. As soon as you're partnered, that's it, unless you do something that's specifically against the terms of service. But yeah, let's see how that goes. Well,
I hope we'll
obviously the podcast will be kept up to date on all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the next episode, when will be the first? So we've got the 2nd and then the 16th. So actually, the first podcast, it will be March 2nd. So that's probably when we'll. That'll be the beginning of the month. So.
Okay. So that's where you can do all your scummy self-promotion, is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically. So.
But yeah, you've got to ultimately. My best advice to anybody doing any of this, regardless whether it's Twitch or YouTube or anything, is just you have to be enjoying it. You have to enjoy what you do and then consume yourself with it. That's the only way to get success, because you're going to be on 24/7 if you want to be successful. You got to work hard, but the only way you can do that is by enjoying it. So if you're getting into it as thinking that it's going to be like a job and I'll work from X hours to X hours making a video and put that up, it's not going to work. Or same with streaming, it's just not going to work. You have to enjoy it, and a lot of people don't get that. So and there's a lot of people who stream for a long time and upload videos for a long time and maybe forever and never get more than 10 viewers, say, but they keep doing it. And I mean, look at me. When I started YouTube, I uploaded videos for an entire year and I got pretty much no viewers, but I kept uploading them because I was enjoying the process of making and uploading videos. It wasn't the fact that I was getting viewers that I was trying to get or enjoying. It was the act of making the videos that I was enjoying. So if you enjoy the act of streaming, it doesn't matter whether there's one person or 100 people in, you're still going to enjoy it.
I personally disagree with you there. I wish I was a self-motivator like that, but I think the viewers make the stream, not the stream itself makes not just the act of streaming is not inherently enjoyable without people there to watch. And if I had no viewers, I would therefore not enjoy streaming. And if I did not enjoy streaming, I would not stream.
Yeah, I suppose that's true for streaming. I'm thinking more YouTube videos, but I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have generalized it to streaming. Yeah, that's true.
YouTube's different because you make this piece of content and you can go and watch it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've listened to my own music because I made it and I enjoyed making it and I like the way it sounds. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, you're building a repository of stuff that you have made. So So you have to enjoy the things that you do. Like we've been saying this whole time. And so whether people watch your YouTube videos or listen to your music, that's different than streaming to nobody. Because otherwise, why are you streaming at all? You can just play the game in your living room by yourself. Like, but then if you're playing the game anyway, you might as well stream it.
I disagree. Like, ooh.
Well, we're getting too intense into this. We've talked. We'll come back to this sort of topic.
Yeah, we'll come back to this
as we always do. We always end up talking about this sort of thing. But
this topic has come full circle.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but streaming is something that you're interested in, RDT. The whole idea of streaming to and doing it more often and stuff like that.
Talking to me?
Yeah.
You cut out for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was just asking if that's something that you're interested in, this whole stream.
Yeah, 100%. I have a kind of an erratic schedule when it comes to work and whatnot. And which is why when I said if I get like a full-time job, then I'll be able to stream more. And then someone said, well, you'd be able to stream less because you'd be working. No, I mean like after work. Come on.
Yeah, you'll know when you'll be able to stream.
Yeah. Then I would know exactly when I'd be able to do things.
Yeah.
Like now it's just whenever I just feel like going on and I get a couple of people that watch.
But you enjoy that at the time, right? Even if you have a couple of people, you're still enjoying it. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yesterday, like I said, I was on for 3 hours and it felt like nothing. I was just like, oh shit, I gotta eat at some point, otherwise I might die.
But that's it. Like you can generalize what I was saying to streaming like that, where if you have 5 viewers and you're enjoying it, you're enjoying reacting to 2 or 3 people in the chat and playing the game and just doing whatever you're doing with 5 viewers, then that's good, and then you'll be able to continue. If at that point where you have 5 viewers and you're not enjoying it and you think, oh, I want more viewers, what do I need to do to get more viewers? That'll change everything, it'll make it better. It's not going to make it better. Just because you have 50 viewers over 5 doesn't mean you're going to enjoy it more if that's your mindset. If you're enjoying it at 5, then you're enjoying it at 500.
Yeah. Well, if back to the topic we were going to move on from. That's the thing with the affiliate program and the viewership requirement. It has taken that mindset that you say that you should not be in. I feel almost forced to put myself in that mindset to give my current subscribers and viewers what I feel that they should deserve from the platform and from the product that I'm offering. So it's almost as if I've been forced into this mindset. I mean, you don't have to be forced in this mindset. And then there's of course the idea of, oh, well, you wouldn't have anything if Twitch didn't have the affiliate program. You should be grateful, which I am. But I feel like I've been forced into an avenue of content creation that I did not want to go down in order to have a product that I feel that my subscribers deserve. Yeah, and that's kind of the problem I have, and what I do not like. It's an interesting topic. For us, it's probably bored out like half the people who watch this, based on the viewer stats for episode 2, but.
So, our regular segments then.
Yes, that's exactly right. We're moving on to our regular segments. I've just loaded up the chokes of the week. Let's go for that first of all.
Yeah, should probably watch this.
I haven't watched them yet, so this is going to be interesting. If you're listening, feel free to...
Wait, where are they?
Check into the stream at the video podcast at about 1 minute. 1 hour 10 minutes, not 1 minute. 1 hour 10 minutes, and that's where we are about now. And you'll be able to watch these chokes for those of you who listen on your way to work. Someone left a comment actually, recently, saying that it was only 2 days ago or something, saying that they listened to it in parts on their way to work, and with them being longer, it means that they don't have to wait as long till the next podcast because
which was this on the last one? He's getting
the last episode. I'm pretty sure it was probably the most recent comment.
Yeah, it's one of the most recent comments.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're giving him a shout out because I love this man.
I can't look it up.
Where is he?
I shouldn't have mentioned anything.
Ben Harmer says, I listen to your podcasts and segments each day on the way to work. These longer podcasts mean that I don't have to wait as long until the next one comes out in 2 weeks. : close parenthesis. Keep up the good work, guys. Well, thank you there, Ben
Shout
Harmer.
out segment.
Much appreciated.
Maybe that needs to be a thing. We'd pick a comment from the previous week's podcast and shout it out in the regular.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like Sonny Evans is comments by the fire in his series that he's doing.
All right, so if anybody does watch these and thinks it would be easier to listen to them, they are on iTunes. They're on just a general RSS feed. All the links are down below in the description of the YouTube video, as is the link to submit your own chokes if you want to get your choke of the week, or your choke potentially in the choke of the week. This is the top 3 from this week's perspectives.
All right.
And we are going to watch them when I bring up the screen. There it is. So, first up is Major Copyright. In an Atari GTB. Good choice of car. I like this car.
Are we skipping to 1 minute or nah?
Are we skipping to 1 minute? We can skip to 1 minute. Let's do that.
I did say it's quite a long.
Yeah, let's skip to 1 minute.
Skip to 1 minute.
Alright.
Okay.
So, over the jump. This is the stunt race. What stunt race is this called? Oh, no! Oh, he's gone.
He's off.
He's gone.
I'd say watch it till the end.
He's watch it till the end.
He's in second now.
So he's hit the barrier. Into second.
The infamous Ryan has went into first. He's went into third now.
Yeah, Trumpet Master's gone past. Oh, he was in a comfortable first as well. Oh, this has been...
Oh, what a shame.
What's this called again, this stunt race? I've forgotten the names of them.
So
Descent, plummet, woo, wee. I don't know.
I think so.
They're all silly.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at chat backing me up there. Thank you, Mr. Carson.
Downtown loop, there you go. Thank you, guys. Thank you, chat. Always on point. So, I mean, he's already choked. He's already lost the lead.
Yeah. But does he lose another position?
Oh, what?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Always the inside corner, and that's... How has he ended up?
Stunt props.
Did he get back into second again, and then he ended up there? Oh, that's not gone well for copyright.
Nismo.
Okay.
Nismo's in second in the comics.
Second
Excellent
place
car.
in the comic.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
beautiful car.
Nismo, what a guy. I love Nismo. Great
Nismo's
guy.
great.
Fantastic man.
He is. Here he is, second place.
Oh.
Oh, that's one hell of a shot.
Oh, rip Prismite.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
That's one hell of a
Oh,
choke.
we're-
So was that the choke?
I believe
I guess
so.
it
The
was.
choke,
Yeah.
the
Nismo has
choke is
submitted
Prismite.
Yeah.
on behalf
Nismo's,
of
it was
Prism.
Nismo's submission, but it was Prismite doing the choke.
Okay.
My God,
And then we've
First
got
station this one here.
who's
that was
this?
violent.
This is Callum D.
Callum D.
Count.
In
Is
the
that
X80.
Very light car. Interesting
Yeah.
choice.
Oh, he's got.
Oh, he's skipping the jump.
He knows the lines. Oh, no. And then he ends up in fourth. That was
Wow,
a mess. That was a total mess.
Yeah, was that his choke? I don't think that was his choke. He didn't, he didn't accidentally have that car land on him. But
No, and
Looking back.
I don't know
Looking
about
back.
the relevancy of calling that one a choke, given they weren't even in first at any point. They were
time for the
battling side by
philosophical
side
discussions on the
about
meaning of
what
choke.
what constitutes a choke. But it was.
I'm gonna say that he had a lapse of judgment because he was like,
Yeah,
suckers.
He was looking back,
the
wasn't
jump,
he?
Looking
Yeah,
back.
Yeah,
and then
looking back. Yeah, that was a mistake. If he hadn't have looked back, he would have been able to just dodge around, and then he would have been fine.
Don't ever look back.
Yeah, don't ever
Never
look
look
back.
Don't ever look at where you came
Always
from.
look
Only look to
forward.
where you're going.
So,
It's really
those
a
of you in
message on
chat,
life.
click the link. Vote for your choke of the week. Oh, I just remembered something. That.
Oh
we,
yes,
we
I
need
bet
to
I know what
have-
you remembered.
We need to have follow up on the voting for the top 5 best and worst DLCs.
oh, do we?
We probably should have done that at the beginning of this show.
Yeah, we should have. I forgot about all that. I forgot
Do
about
we
it
wanna
last
wait
week. We
until-
should have
do
done.
we
Really,
want
we
to
should have
wait
done it in
till
the
next
podcast. No, we're not
No
waiting. We're
regrets.
gonna do it now.
Okay. Whatever.
But we'll wait till the we'll do our regular segments. Then we'll do the follow up for that. Then we'll go into the questions.
Just cut the follow up. Put it at the beginning of the episode.
Well, it's all going to be in the description with the timestamps anyway. So you know,
that one.
nobody looks at
Their
them.
description. Yeah, no one reads that.
Do you guys have a choice of choke?
Aren't we supposed to wait?
Well, yeah, but I mean, have you figured out what you actually wanna,
Oh,
what you actually think is the choke, the best choke?
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think I do as well.
I just want to
Look at Mikey influencing the vote in chat. Someone time him
Son
out.
of a bitch.
Always trying to influence the voting. He's
What a
such
troll.
scumbag.
God.
Now everybody's just gonna vote for that one that he mentioned because that's the one Mikey voted for. So I'm gonna vote for that one.
Shout out to Giddy Master, who I've mentioned a few times on the recent podcasts.
Oh, yeah,
he was in
he
the
is
chat
in chat
earlier
as
today.
well.
I don't know whether he is now, but if he ever comes back, someone give that
He
man a
did
gift
not
sub.
conform. He did not conform to my notion of GTA is awful and I hate everything, so I just ignored him.
Of course.
I only want voices with my own opinion.
Of course. Do we have an answer, Mr.
We do.
MP
We've
Hammer?
got 78 votes, but we do have a clear winner.
A
Landslide?
clear winner. Okay, let's give our thoughts first. I have a clear winner in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I think
And who would that be?
it's difficult. All right, I don't have a clear winner. I don't.
Oh,
It was between 1 and 2 for me. I think 1
Okay.
was more of a choke because he was in a stronger position, but 2's choke, like the actual choke itself, was exquisite. So I think number 2 is going to be my choice. Yeah, but
Bellissimo.
it was close between 1 and 2.
Muy delicioso, me gusta.
What about you guys?
Number 2. I'm gonna go number 2.
I
like,
agree with RDT.
yeah, I like theatrics of the explosion.
Yeah. Did the chat agree with our thoughts?
Well, in third place was choke number 3, which was
Okay.
Callum's choke. In second place was Major Copyright, and in first place was
Ah,
number 2. Prismite.
We just sheep. We're just sheep. We're all just sheep. We never go against what the chat says.
We love the shiny things, the explosions.
Good job, Prismite. Well done. You are horrific. You are horrible.
Before we were influenced.
Prismite, you're just terrible. You're just terrible. How do you even sleep at night knowing that you're this awful every day?
God, it's a straight and you blew up. God.
Everybody, this is your warning. Get in the phone bank now if you want to ask these scumbags a question.
Yes.
I will not be taking any late questions this week.
Yes. If
because
anyone
I don't
wants
have
to
any
ask a
hair
question,
left.
do it now.
None.
Get in the phone bank now on Discord, open to regulars.
No hair left is a big achievement for him. Let me tell you. He was very stressed.
True.
He was very stressed last week.
Yes. We got through it, though. We got through it. Yeah. You cannot do a write-in, Panda. Get out with that. Back. All right, RDT. Someone mentioned a comment on last week's video saying that your segment needs more of an introduction. It needs like its own little sound and intro. We're not professional enough for that. So
a scene or whatever they call it.
Yeah, it's too much effort. Let's take it right into RDT's Apple Juice.
Alrighty. We'll give it a go. Woo! As you can tell by my apparel, I'm either gonna look very stupid on Monday when this comes out, but I don't care if I'm gonna look stupid because I'm here to support my team. As the Philadelphia Eagles are one win away from going to the Super Bowl. That is football, real football, not that fancy pants I can use anything but my hands football that the rest of the communist world has to play. And since we're talking about the real American football and we're talking about the greatest team in the history of football, we're going to go with one product that is a corporate sponsor and the official beer of the Philadelphia Eagles. We've been to the highest of the highs. We've been to the lowest of the Natty Light. We've seen some macros. We've seen some micros. Let's go back to a good old-fashioned beer. We're going back to the original light beer in a Miller Lite. Okay? You want something with more taste and less calories? Only 96 calories per beer. That's amazing. That's how I can keep this super fit body that I have every episode, okay? Because I'll be drinking these Miller Lights, okay? It's got a fresh taste. Like, you hear that? A bald eagle, again, just gave birth and is here to liberate the world from communism and soccer. Oh, my God. Oh. The birds, they're going to fly high. And you know what? They deserve a win because it's their time. They're going to win. I'm going to drink this beer, and we're going to enjoy ourselves, all right? Go Eagles!
Oh, my God.
On the road to victory! G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Oh,
and now if we lose, I'm going to look like an idiot. All right, that was your application.
I didn't realize that the American football season was, so close to the end. I guess it's getting that time. I don't even follow it, really. I watched the Super Bowl just for the fun of watching it, but yeah, so...
It's getting there. It's close.
That was one of the better Apple Juice minutes, I'm going to say. That was fun.
I was hyped up.
That was hyped. So who are they up against?
The Minnesota Vikings. Who, if they win, they get to play in their own stadium.
Oh. But
who else is going to be most likely in the Super Bowl?
The Patriots, of course.
Tom Brady!
Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback.
What's the other semifinal? Oh, sorry,
the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the New England Patriots.
I've never heard of the Jacksonville Jaguars, so I'm guessing they're not going to do anything.
They've been surprising this postseason. It's interesting.
So, in a non-biased room, who would be people be putting their money on to win in your
my matchup? I think the popular opinion, the Eagles are underdogs right now, but they're playing at home. They got a good defense. The thing is, they lost their starting quarterback, Carson Wentz. He's truly the greatest American to have ever been born.
What do you mean by lost? Like
he tore his ACL in week 13.
Okay, so he's not dead. All right.
No, he didn't die.
Okay.
Yeah, with the whole cross thing that you did there, it's like what?
Okay.
We're gonna win it for Wentz. That's all that matters. Okay. I didn't finish this, by the way. It's like halfway.
All right, we'll see. You'll have to follow us up on that.
Yeah.
Speaking you look like an idiot if they lose now.
You know the name Tua Tagovailoa? Because I bet you will now after Alabama's game. It was a week ago. That was great.
Oh, yeah. That was incredible.
What happened?
Yeah. I didn't watch it, but I heard about it.
Saban subbed in our Alabama's main quarterback, Jalen Hurts, for the true freshman sub quarterback, and he took us to victory. Okay. So it was great.
What date is the Super Bowl? When is it? Will it be
February
before
4th.
the next podcast or after it?
It'll be the 4th. Isn't our next podcast the 2nd? Excuse me.
Let's see. Yes, our next podcast will be 2 days before the Super Bowl. Okay, cool.
Wow, that'll be interesting. I might have to do a repeat. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, if you say, if they get to the Super Bowl and you're like, come on, they're gonna win, and then they get decimated.
Maybe I'll become a Patriots fan for a week just to go against you.
No.
All right, so let's do this little bit of follow up whilst we're waiting on the phone bank. So when was it? Episode 20? Was it the one before that? 19? One of those. It was before Doomsday. I think it was 20. I think it was before we had the big break, I feel.
What?
It was before the episode where we were talking about the top 5 best and worst GTA DLCs. So obviously the Doomsday Heist DLC wasn't included with any of our discussions there, but we came up with our individual lists and then we came up with a overall list. And we asked you guys who are watching to all vote. I mean, the voting is still open if you want to add to it. Maybe it'll go viral and we'll get hundreds of thousands of votes or something in the future. But as of right now, when we're doing the follow-up, it's pretty much died off. And we had over 300 votes, I think, for one of the best and worst DLCs. Kind of so, the overall list for the top 5 best DLCs as voted for by the viewers was actually really, really close to what we said. Heists was the overwhelming favourite.
Wow.
Number 1 wasn't quite what we said because we all put, I think, did we all put content creator first?
Yeah, I do believe.
But, Heists and content creator were the top 2 in our eyes. But for the viewers, Heists had, I think, it was over half the votes put Heists at number 1. So it was an overwhelming best DLC from viewers' perspective. Wow. Content creator was second, the original content creator. Import-export came in third, which I think it did for us as well. Cunning stunts was fourth. And then finance and felony was fifth, which surprised me. But it was very, very close with the others that I'm about to mention, which were all notable mentions that I'm going to say because the votes were, there was maybe 20 votes across all 5 of these, these DLCs. So it was more of a joint 5th from all of them, but finance and felony was the actual 5th. Notable mentions was High Life, I'm Not Hipster, but also Lowriders and Bikers people liked. So those 9 are all DLCs that people liked. I was surprised by finance and felony, actually. That was my biggest surprise of all of that.
Yeah, that is pretty surprising.
I didn't think that one would feature in the top 5 list as voted by viewers, but I also wasn't, expecting Heists to be so high up. But I guess, there is some bias, possibly, because people might not have played the game from the very start, especially people who only played it from PC. They don't know the impact that the content creator had on the game because they've never known the game without the content creator. And you might see the same thing with more of a bias being to later DLCs as more people have come in. But just something to mention anyway. So the top 5 worst as voted for by the viewers. It was actually, I can't remember what I put as my actual list. But I think my personal number one was what the viewers' number one was. But then we changed it like for the overall between us three. We put Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1 or 2 at number one. The viewers put Gun Running at number one.
Interesting.
Smuggler's Run was number 2 for the viewers. And those two were the overwhelming favourites, similar to how Heists was for the top 5. So Gun Running and Smuggler's Run, the viewers did not like. Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1 and 2 was third. Again, could be because of the lack of people not knowing the game before. Ill-Gotten Gains without the high prices and stuff. You got to take that into account. Voted fourth was the free mode event, DLC. Good to see that actually be recognised as being as terrible as it is.
It is awful.
And
I made a strong case for that, how awful that was.
You did.
I did make a strong case.
And RDT made a very strong case because the LTS update, it ended up voting in 5th by the viewers.
It was my 5th as I'm looking at it.
Notable mentions was the capture update as well. From RDT put a strong case for a capture and LTS. Executives and Other Criminals and Lowriders Custom Classics. So it's interesting that on the notable mentions for the top 5, we've got the original Lowriders, and on the notable mentions for the bottom 5, we've got Lowriders Custom Classics.
That's because the Customs Classics were complete trash. All of them. Every one of them.
So there you go. Gun Running was voted the worst. Smuggler's Run a close second, and Heist was voted the best by an overwhelming margin. So that's the follow-up on that.
Interesting data.
Interesting, yeah. And if that episode ever goes viral and we get thousands more votes on that, that poll, we shall revisit it. I still think I'd put Doomsday in between the two, but maybe it would sneak.
I wouldn't put it on either list.
Sure. Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I think it fits exactly where I said it was going to fit, which is it's in the middle. It's not bad enough to be on the bottom 5, but it's not good enough because of the bad things to be on the top 5. Yeah. Anyway. Callers, do we have any callers?
Do we have any callers?
We do have a couple of callers. Our first caller is Kanji Redwood, and Bruff, you might want to turn him down a bit.
Hello, caller. You're on the Choking Hazard Podcast, the only internet radio show that comes with a warning label. Who's your question for, and what's your question? Hello. Do we have a caller on the line?
No.
Hello.
No, we don't. It's clear we don't.
Kanji, please. Redwood.
Come on, I know you're in Australia, but it doesn't take that long across the internet. You did nail it. You nailed the intro, and it's just, there's no one there. Oh, the suspense is killing me.
Hello?
Yay, activity! Okay.
And I can hear, is that a Motorola Razr from 2006 you're calling us from?
Something like that, yes.
What is your question, Kanji?
The creative experience. All three of you have been involved in it in one way or another, whether videos or streaming or music. Do you think that is something that is just a phase for you, just something you're doing right now, or is that something that you foresee yourself doing the rest of your life?
As in
question.
Being a content creator and a creative way of life rather than just a phase of, you can imagine doing YouTube as you would a kid and then getting sick of it and going on to doing a proper job. I don't know. I'll answer this first. I'm 28 now, and I'm feeling like this is the sort of thing that I am relatively okay at and successful at, and I enjoy it 99% of the time. So for me, this is something that I want to do and continue to do as long as I can. But I've always had that aspect of my life where I've decided that I've decided what to do with my life at each step. I've never had I want to focus towards doing this, or next year I'm going to do this, or I'm going to change jobs into something else, But I feel like what I've got with this, I've found something finally after, trying quite a few things over growing up and stuff. I've found something that I enjoy doing. I love doing it, and I'm successful at it, and I want to keep doing it. So for the foreseeable future, at least, I can't see me changing.
I mean, I don't, I'm obviously not as successful as Bruff is at what he does. So my content creation is more just as a way of expressing myself in some way, or a hobby or entertainment. So as for that, I can see myself to continue to do it. Obviously, I will need to supplement it with an actual career at some point, but it'll definitely be something, creation of any kind, that I will continue to do until I'm dead. So, yeah. Nas?
Well, I mean, we've talked about it a little bit in the show so far, but I'm in a very weird position in between both RDT and Bruff. Like, I'm nowhere near the level of an income from it, but I'm certainly not, and no offense, RDT, of course, but, I'm not really at that level of it's just a hobby. When I mean everything that's in this room was paid for by money from people who donated to me on Twitch in order for me to have all of this fantastic stuff. So, like, I'm bringing in an income, but it's not one that is enough to warrant calling it a job. It's just a profitable hobby. And as for whether I want to, it'd be the greatest thing in the world for me, for this to become a successful career opportunity that, I could do until I die. But I don't think that will happen. And, I will continue to do it as long as I enjoy it. As long as if it's a hobby, I will continue to do it as long as I enjoy it. And if it turns into a career opportunity of some description, I will continue to do it as long as it is profitable. And there's always this balancing act between how much you enjoy it and how profitable it is, and I don't think I'll ever hate streaming, but basically, I'm like Bruff, I'm rambling here, but I want to do it as long as I can, but the last day I stream could be tomorrow. It really, you really don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do the day after that. I don't know what I'm going to be doing a month from now. I have these plans, but plans can change. And, I just hope for the best.
C'est la vie,
I like what Askabini put in the chat. I feel like I'll never get anything else done in life going forward, so I'll just stare at streams with blank eyes until I end up in the casket.
we can get into some dark places if we want. My mind, when I'm left alone, I'm in some dark spots. So let's
steer clear of all of that. Now, I've always treated my whole life as I do what I need to do in certain situations. Sometimes you have to get a job that I got a job that I enjoyed initially, but then stopped enjoying. But it was what I had to do at the time because I needed to bring in money, and I was doing something as a hobby. That hobby turned into the point where I could, do less time at my job and focus more on that hobby, and then it became the only thing that I did and my full-time job, and turning it possibly, it's turning now from a job maybe into a career that's going to last years and years, maybe. I don't know. It could all come crashing down and I have to look for something else. But I think as long as you find an area that you're interested in and continue working within that, whether it's a job in the gaming industry, say, or you're streaming games, or you're being an entertainer in some other way on radio or TV or something, there's lots of different things that you can do within the areas of what you're interested in, I think. So I'm never one for fully putting myself into one specific job for the rest of my life. Yes, I can put myself into the idea of having jobs within certain interests for the rest of my life because that's just what I like, but as long as I prefer to keep things a little bit more open. But I enjoy what I'm doing. I still enjoy what I'm doing. I love I'm so grateful that I can do this as a job and a career and support myself with it. So as long as I continue to enjoy it, and as long as it continues to be something that I can do to support myself, then I would love it to continue for as long as it possibly can. Good question. That was intriguing.
That was deep.
It was deep, despite the Razer microphone. The question that came out of that quality was...
It made me really feel like I was on radio, though. So thank you for contributing to thank you for contributing to my ultimate fantasy. I appreciate
It's funny,
it.
like as Mr. Obstamhouse says, I could imagine Nos commentating sports on TV or having a show on mainstream radio or something like that.
Well, television and terrestrial radio are dying. So unless you have a DeLorean, I can't go back and beat it.
Hey, man.
You never know.
You could be the next Alabama Crimson Tide play-by-play commentator on the radio.
Yeah, the next Eli Gold. Oh yeah.
As long as I'm under the idea that you keep that in your back of your mind. That avenue is potentially open of something that you can look towards, and as things if things don't work out, there's always another option to go for.
I don't like talking about my future. It worries me and
fair enough.
Because I don't.
It's the universal law of attraction. You put things out into the universe, and then they come back to you.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Yeah.
They don't do that hippie shit in Alabama, sunshine.
Well, I mean, maybe the hipsters will eventually roll back around to terrestrial radio. Like, we've got vinyl, and now cassettes are coming back in. Maybe eventually,
yeah, maybe.
terrestrial radio will be back in.
Come on, then. Who's next?
All right, we've got Major Copyright up next.
Hello, caller. You're on the Choking Hazard podcast. Unlike most YouTube content, this show is not suited for small children. What's your question for? What's your question?
All right. Okay. Mr.
What's cool
Braff,
with me cool?
you.
Sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
What's wrong with you? Mr. Bruff. To go and retest all these cars again when you came over the current gen, why did you stick with cutting corners instead of building some other track?
I've explained this in a video. I've explained my choice of track.
Hang on.
Video.
Bruff. I literally watch your videos. I got it. Okay, give me some credit here. Okay, hang on. When you wanted, very early on, you wanted to build an airport track to test this stuff on. Rockstar didn't let us build airport tracks back in the day. Why, when you finally had the chance to, did you decide to stick with cutting corners instead of going to build an airport track?
Is that what I said in a video? Maybe I need to watch my own videos. I can't remember ever saying that I wanted to test on an airport track. That would have been a terrible decision. Okay. Well, that's thrown me.
Yeah. Do you have sources? Do you have? Can you link us your sources for this information?
You can do that after the
videos.
Colin.
Well, anyway, the cutting corners is what I chose out of whatever. There were 20 Rockstar tracks or something, but only 8 of them were eligible to be used as a testing track, and I chose cutting corners because it had a.
Not Criminal Records, obviously the best racetrack in history.
Of course, yeah, not Criminal Records. Exactly my point. It had the a bit of everything to test a car. The long straights, the corners, the acceleration zones, things like that. And then I made cutting corners GP, which made it a little bit more involved. So it still had the long back straight, but it had a few more corners because I thought it was more important to, test a car on more of its cornering capabilities and acceleration than what regular cutting corners does. And then when it came to doing the retesting, I feel like the testing track as it is now, cutting corners GP, it has enough of every aspect that it covers wide enough bases that it's a good base level for a testing track. And it's short. It's minute lap times. You don't want to make a testing track that's 5 minutes or so, because then you would never get an accurate result. And to test on a hills track wouldn't be accurate for Blaine County, and to test on a Blaine County track wouldn't be accurate for the airport, and vice versa. Whereas the city, that little short city track that has a few acceleration zones, a few corners, a few traction limited areas, a few top speed limited areas, if you're braking limited areas as well, you know, that's all you need. It doesn't need to be overly complex. It just needs to have a bit of everything, and you know, you don't need to overthink it. So that's why I stuck with it. It was working well, and it's proved to be relatively, you know, good in the past for when we've done events and things like that, using those lap times to base it off regardless of where you are. What are you doing?
Huh? What? I'm sorry.
What? You know,
Blacked out there
right,
for a second.
So that's why.
I did too.
But I definitely made a video on this. Fact finding number something or other. What's the fastest car in GTA it was called, or something like that. And I explained it.
Why you picked Cutting Corners, because obviously that was one of the best tracks.
Yeah, but Cutting Corners GP, I created. I've explained it in that video. This.
No. That's not the question I just asked. Different from your fact-finding video, right? We went over this. You had. What's that?
I was playing you off. You know, like when your speech is too long at the Oscars. I was trying to play you off.
What were you asking?
All right.
I'm lost.
Asking. I think you answered it enough where I don't need to bring it up. I think you got it.
Okay.
You satisfied.
Thank you, Major Copyright. Very kind. Really enjoyed your question. Thank you so much.
Was that one of those producer interludes where you just cut him off and he's gone?
No,
no,
come on.
You don't do that.
You know me better than that. Come on. We have one write-in question, if the hosts will permit it, and we do have one sort of follow-up that we should look into that I'll come to in just a second. So, our write-in question is from Gyros7 Gaming. He
very good
writes, people. Very good people indeed. He writes, do any of you watch NASCAR? If so, who's your favorite driver? Do you have any opinions on NASCAR as a whole? And also, he just wants to mention that he loves our streams.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Nos is going to get something.
He didn't hear that last part.
He didn't hear he wouldn't be interested in the good part about the
he's going to get,
compliments. Oh my god, what?
He's going to get a model.
I'll do it quickly. I don't have a favorite driver. I don't watch it regularly. If it was on, you know, more easier access places to watch here in the UK, I probably would watch it more regularly. But I quite like it. You know, I don't subscribe to all the hate that it gets as it's not.
What is he doing?
It's difficult. It's not difficult, and it's just driving left and all this kind of stuff. I don't subscribe to that. I think there is some skill involved in all that kind of stuff, at least in the nuances of it. But that's me. You know, that's me done. Let's move over to Nos. What? Oh my god, what is he doing?
No, I don't watch NASCAR that often. It's kind of a
what?
It's not really.
You've gone and gotten all this merchandise, and then you come back and say, "I don't watch it that often."
It's not a really big thing for me. It's just, you know, it's kind of a, you know, it's just kind of a minor thing. You know, I don't really. Yeah, it's kind of okay. You know, NASCAR's okay. So, favorite driver, Dale Earnhardt. Of course, Dale Earnhardt. Listen, look at this beautiful man. We lost a hero.
Of course.
Rest in peace.
We lost a hero.
When did Dale Earnhardt die?
2001.
Okay.
It was the second most tragic event of that year.
So are you saying that you used to watch NASCAR to the point where you were involved and Dale Earnhardt was your favorite driver even way back in 2001 when you were God knows how old? Like 6 or something.
Of course.
That's
what children are raised on.
Okay.
He's from Alabama.
Okay.
What haven't you gotten about this?
But no, like if I had to pick a favorite driver, it'd probably be Jeff Gordon. My mother's favorite driver was Michael Waltrip. I like Michael Waltrip a lot too. But like I don't watch it anymore, and it just like everything's so different now. Like every time someone asks me, you know, well, do you watch NASCAR, man? Like the last time I watched NASCAR is when Bobby Labonte was a relevant name in NASCAR. So, you know, that gives you an idea of, you know, how long it's been. So anyway,
I will say I do like Talladega Nights. That's one of my favorite movies.
Everybody likes Talladega Nights. You casual.
Scum. What about you, RDT? I'm guessing not.
I only like Talladega Nights when it comes to NASCAR. I cannot believe that people actually watch that. Honestly, but it's different strokes for different folks. That's what it is, you know. People like watching old remnants of moonshiners outrunning polices. So, yeah. But.
I will say some of the most interesting NASCAR races I ever watched were when they actually did it on proper road courses. I never used to enjoy watching the I can appreciate the skill involved and the nuances involved in being quick on an oval, but for me, racing on a proper track is more interesting. And when NASCAR did that a few times that I've seen it on proper road courses, these huge vehicles that are not meant to be driving like that on those road courses and actually cornering like normal cars, I found that very interesting. But yeah, I don't watch it regularly. All right. So is that it? Oh no, we got a bit of a follow-up or something. Thank you for the question, by the way.
Yes, thank you, Juris. We do have a follow-up, and that follow-up is from legendary moderator Phil Hoff. And Phil has done a bit of legwork. Do you remember last podcast we set out a challenge for our viewers to pop something in the comments of our podcast?
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of people did it.
Either !enter or
something about Daniel Ricciardo.
Something about Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah, I saw that. There was a lot of comments, actually. There were a lot of comments.
Would anybody like to guess, because Phil's gone and done the maths on exactly how many comments that we've got with either Enter or Daniel Ricciardo?
Is this a guess of the number of comments or the percentage?
Guess for Enter. We'll have guesses for Enter.
How many comments did we have on the video in total? That's
like 280, I think, last time I checked.
Is it 280? Really, that many? We get that many comments on a Choking Hazard podcast?
Well, that was a big one. A lot of CGH fans.
Half of the comments were Mikey face reveal at 2 minutes 32 seconds, like 35 seconds. There was a Mikey face reveal. You gotta go look at his face. So,
well, GG Phil Hoff for doing the numbers on this first of all.
Yeah, very good job.
285 comments. I would say 200 of them around about would have had Enter.
I was going to say 200.
Yeah.
I still stick with 137.
To stay away from what you said, I'll go 192.
All right, okay.
You're going to be disappointed then. It was 58.
Is that it?
People managed to stay at the end.
What?
58 people managed to stay to the end. Good on them.
Love all you guys.
Having said that, I imagine that some of those 285 will have come from replies and conversations that people had in comments, so that might not be the unique amount of people who left a comment. Okay,
true.
50. Okay, 50.
This is true. And we had any guesses on a nice thing about Daniel Ricciardo?
That was lower, I think, but close.
31.
I would say 45.
I hope it's more.
What was that, Nos?
I hope it's more than. What did you say was for the Enter?
It was 58 for Enter.
I hope it's more. That'd be great.
It's not.
No, it's definitely less. But I'm gonna go 45.
22.
Okay. Nos?
30.
Okay. RDT's the closest. It's 23.
It was only 23. Jesus, that's less than I was expecting. It's weird though, because I look and I read all the comments as they come in, but I guess I don't see all the replies. So from a percentage perspective, that makes sense. But it felt like more than what it was. Only 58 people made it to the end. Well, for those of you who made it to the end this time, we need another word for people.
Well, that's what Phil said. What should viewers put at the end of this podcast? Suggestions, please, chat. Go.
I don't know. That's the question, isn't it?
You know what?
NASCAR.
Listen. No, I've got an idea. Give me a compliment so I can feel better about myself. Because the comments are always just calling me obese.
That's a terrible idea.
Right. Listen.
Nah,
give me
with the nah hand there.
No one cares about you, young Ryan Gosling, Jewish Shia LaBeouf.
Jewish Ryan Gosling, Shia LaBeouf.
Whatever.
Okay. And
all right, I tell you what we're going to do.
Because it said he looks like a Jewish Ryan Gosling. That's not an insult, just an observation.
Let's do the same thing that we did last week, where the key word will be exclamation point NASCAR. I know it's not a command, but we'll just have an exclamation point for the actual keyword that we use every week. So exclamation point NASCAR will be the key word. And the secondary part of it, which will be similar to the comment about Daniel Ricciardo from last time, will be give Nos a compliment. Now that's what we'll do.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Oh, and you guys who are in the chat now, you need to actually
what? Week, but,
what? Say that again.
We are of course giving Phil extra work to do next week, but you know.
But those of you who are typing it in the chat now, that doesn't count. It has to be on the video.
Yeah.
So even if you've made it to the end of the live showing of this podcast, you need to go to the video when it gets uploaded and do it there as well.
NASCAR.
Also,
hit that like button and
do all that stuff that we never talk about.
The like button down below, hit it because that really helps us out. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're new here.
Check out all the Twitch streams of Nos and RDT and MB Hammer, our producer, all down below in the description. Everything's down below in the description. Nobody ever looks though.
Yeah, no one ever looks.
Yeah. All right, guys. Do you want to say goodbye?
Go Eagles! Let's go! Come on, baby!
Goodbye.
Catch you later, guys.
Eagles.
See you in 2 weeks.